Final update, June's disappearance and a heartbreaking discovery. It's been 10 months since my last update. After June was released from rehab, she vanished. She left everything behind, her apartment, her phone, even her car. No goodbye, no explanation, just gone. My parents were frantic, calling every friend she'd ever had, reaching out to shelters, posting on social media, hoping for any sign of her. But June didn't want to be found, and in the end, I think we all accepted that when she was ready to reappear, she would. A few weeks after she disappeared, I took it upon myself to clean out her apartment. Walking into that place was like stepping into the mind of someone completely lost. There were piles of unopened mail, dirty dishes left to mold, and clothes strewn everywhere. It was clear that June had been unraveling long before the wedding, before the DUI, before any of us had realized how far she'd fallen. But the most chilling discovery was the sheer number of empty pill bottles. Some of the bottles had names that weren't hers, prescriptions she had no business having. Benzos, painkillers, antidepressants, all mixed and matched, with no regard for the deadly combinations. It was a pharmacy of self-destruction, and it was no wonder her behavior had spiraled so far out of control. Alcohol was just one piece of the puzzle. Her drug abuse had likely twisted her mind in ways none of us could have imagined. We put all her things in storage, not knowing if she'd ever come back for them, but holding on to them just in case. For months there was no word. We resigned ourselves to the idea that wherever June was, she'd come back when she was ready, if she ever was. But then, last week, we got a call that none of us were prepared for. A hospital 2 states away reached out, asking if we were related to June. Apparently, they were part of a larger network of hospitals, and they had me as her emergency contact from when she'd had a small procedure years ago. They told us that she had been admitted briefly, and then she left without notice, abandoning a newborn baby, a tiny little girl, born very small and struggling with the obvious signs of fetal alcohol syndrome. They said she hadn't been there long and that she left without a trace, leaving the baby behind with no plans, no explanation, nothing. Carrie and I drove through the night, hearts pounding, both terrified and resolute. When we arrived, the nurses were kind but somber, explaining the baby's condition. She was so tiny, hooked up to machines, fighting to breathe, her little body already suffering the consequences of June's reckless choices. Carrie didn't hesitate. She gowned up, and they carefully laid the baby on her chest. I watched as Carrie's eyes welled with tears, and the baby settled against her, so fragile but already so strong. In that moment, I knew what was coming. Carrie looked at me, and without a word, I understood. We were taking this baby home. June's child was going to be ours now, and we were going to give her everything June couldn't. I'm angry, devastated, and confused. I don't know where June is, what she's running from, or if she's even safe. I'm haunted by the image of her out there, alone, still struggling with her demons. But now, as I watch Carrie cradle this tiny, beautiful girl, my anger softens. I have to believe that June, in her own broken way, knew she couldn't take care of her baby and made the only choice she could. Maybe she thought leaving her was the best thing she could do. But here's the thing, I don't want June to come back. I don't want her to show up one day expecting forgiveness or a second chance. Not after everything she's done, not after the choices she's made. I don't know if I'll ever forgive her for abandoning her baby like that, but I also don't want her to have any power over this little girl's life. We've started the legal process to adopt June's daughter. It's going to be a long road, but Carrie and I are committed to giving this baby the love, stability, and safety she deserves. She's innocent in all of this. A beautiful little soul born into chaos, but she's ours now, and we're going to protect her with everything we have. June, wherever you are, I hope you're safe. I hope you found some semblance of peace, but I also hope you never come back. Because now it's not just about protecting ourselves from your destructive path. It's about protecting this little girl, your daughter, from ever feeling the pain you've caused. We'll love her fiercely, and we'll never let her forget that she is wanted, that she is enough, and that she is loved, no matter where she came from. We're not just mopping up the mess you've made, June. We're building something beautiful from the ashes of your mistakes. And for the first time in a long time, I feel a strange sense of hope. I hope you're okay, but I also hope you stay far, far away.